And so the four wheels, no less punishing for the cars today. 40 degrees Celsius temperatures. It was not nice on particularly those cars without air conditioning. Weight always at a premium in the Dakar, and not many of them have that temperature control system on board. Well, route map problems equally as difficult for all concerned. Shinazuka, though, managed to pick his way through beautifully on the day. Leading into it, leading out of it, Shinazuka putting a decent time of 1 minute and 14 seconds between himself and Fontenay on the day. Shina always a contender, and this year is absolutely no different. Jean-Pierre Fontenay, also in the Mitsubishi, made it a 1-2 for the team. Terrain, very rough indeed. It didn't look like this on reconnaissance. And the topsoil washed away. Mechanical problems aplenty in the offing for 1-0. Turned out en masse. Great entertainment as it passed through. Matsuoka, no time to wave, too busy. Matsuoka, fourth on the day. The big fat rear wheels of Mr. Schlesser, perhaps throwing up a lot of dust. We'll see him in a moment. When it was clear, it was fast. Shinazuka took more than a little advantage and ripped up the day's form book to boot. Well, wrong turns there were, accidents there were too, and you can see with the locals as well, they were in trouble. As we mentioned, a young girl did get hit by a bike. She's fine, we're now hearing, and that's good news. Jean-Louis Schlesser, defending champion, had his own problems. But it really is a dust buggy. Anyone following him is in trouble. Schlesser finishing today, almost 5 minutes off the pace. Desperate ill luck for him. Puncture 7 kilometers from the end. Virtually making up all of that time difference between himself and Shinazuka at the top of the day. Mr. Schlesser is fourth overall behind Matsuoka, Fontenay and Shinazuka. Mitsubishi's filling the top 3 places. The Schlesser buggy not giving up just yet. But when the roads were good, they were very good. When they were bad, they were awful. Many punctures as well today. Schlesser, one of many. For others, it wasn't a question of direction. It was a question of the smoothness of the course itself. Very bumpy. And some of those tight tracks, particularly if you got lost. Confusing indeed. Many had to stop, the maps were out.
Oh, on est quasiment dessus, hein, pourtant. Hein. 40-40.
Stefan Pederhansel, one of those out of sorts. He led at the first checkpoint by over 3 minutes from the nearest Mitsubishi. But a wrong turn. He had to ask for local help. He got it. And then had to go cross-country to find the route again.
La piste pour aller à Nioro. Pour la piste pour Nioro. Nioro.
Well, as always, the locals more than delighted to help. They'll be telling this to their grandkids, especially if he wins it overall. And it's a distinct possibility. Peter Hansel in the Mega, playing catch-up then. Managed to finish 7th on the day. 5th overall he is. Nissans, they're having a decent time as well. Thierry Delavan, 5th today. And the other buggy, the Schlesser Mobile of Jose Marie Serbia, also in touch. Serbia 10th on the day, 7th overall. And all those spare wheels, you need them. Souza took the opening stage. More than happy on the day. So many problems for so many people. He was to finish in 10th place. Said he was just glad to get home. 8th overall. And the Ford Pro truck pounding the route smooth for those behind them. It's a heavy beast, bouncing along today, happy as ever. Yes, as others took it more smoothly. Savvy was complaining about the bumps and bruises he and his co-driver received. And so the results of stage 3, Shinazuka taking it 2 hours 42:38, 1 minute 14 clear of Botnay. Schlesser in 3rd ahead of Matsuoka and Delaverne in the Nissan. Shinazuka topping the pile, 3 minutes 33 clear of Botnay. Matsuoka in 3rd ahead of Jean-Louis Schlesser. Peter Hansel still in touch.
C'est vrai que c'est une journée à tout perdre aujourd'hui. Vraiment, il y avait des pièges impossibles.
Well, it was a day of many troubles. We could have lost everything today. We were in the jaws of a trap, he said. It was absolutely impossible. Jumping all over the place on the big wagon. I just took it easy as I could. Couldn't find a good rhythm, though. But that kind of day could have ended your race. Could have lost everything. Thankfully, we didn't. Stefan Peter Hansel explaining his navigation difficulties, saying it was very tough. Went through a village, took the wrong route out. There's only one road on the route map, no reason to suspect any problem, but we're on parallel tracks, we were off-piste, we got local help, had to go cross-country to remake our mistake. Consulted our maps, the GPS, local help as well, and we were back, but we lost 10 minutes in all. It's a pity, but everything's okay. We're here, we're in one piece.
Concurrence, donc c'était plutôt de bon augure pour la journée, et puis tout a été perdu dans cette petite intérieur, mais voilà, c'est comme ça.
Well, this, if you weren't already aware, is a Mega. Very aptly named, it just skids over the surface. One of the fastest machines in the Dakar. Stefan Peter Hansel at the controls.
And
he talked us through it, which was rather nice. It's extraordinary to drive, he said, incredibly fast, great even on broken surfaces. I can jump from one bump to another like on a bike. Turns are no problem. It corners just like a kart. It's got all the power you need. You can even power slide if you want. Great feedback. Absolute pleasure, he says. A great car. It's a winning formula, even though we are a small team. Fabulous indeed. 285 horsepower Mitsubishi standard race engine in a very different machine. 200 kilos lighter than a standard Mitsubishi. No wonder he's quick.
C'est un châssis qui est fait spécialement pour la voiture.
Well, it's a special chassis, he says, just for this race. Tubular design supporting carbon fiber. The water and fuel tanks are made of that. We've got a fourth extra tyre. Mitsubishi engine, exactly the same as the official Pajero, he says. Mega have done a great job. The team that won the Andros Trophy 3 times consecutively out for victory here. This is for the first time we're here on board this machine. Small outfit, great car. Cairo is the target, principally. Winning a special was great, he says, but they want to be on the podium to satisfy everybody.
Pour toute l'équipe, en tout cas.
And of course, getting around the airfields where we're all based a little bit slower than he's used to. Stefan Bennett-Hansel and Mega, what a team. And so to tomorrow, it's a liaison of 69 kilometers, 286 kilometers is the special. Let's hope it's a little kinder to them than today. It's getting tropical to Burkina Faso.
Dakar Rally, where the streets have no name. The signs are written in the sand. Only on Supersport. In the sand. Only on Supersport. Proudly sponsored by Total Quartz Lubricants.
The Dakar 2000 taking its toll. Mioni joins the ranks of those forced out. A damaged shoulder sees him airlifted to hospital. For others, a far better day. Jutta Kleinschmidt taking the stage into Bobo Dioulasso, just as she did last year. As for the conditions, it was all about speed, blistering times as daytime and engine temperatures soared. Well, dust has been the main problem on the Dakar this year, and it was no different in stage 3 from KS to Bamako. Luc Alphonse on the Kango had huge problems. Almost total mechanical shutdown for the Frenchman. He had to pull it in at the end of the day. His race, at that moment, virtually at an end. All attempted repairs failed, sadly, and Alphonse pulled out overnight. Well, sunrise brought optimism. That soon disappeared. Promoted sidecar of Dupre and Volder making the best of it. Well, for those further down the field, such as Santino in the Seat, life was difficult. And for those on the bikes, it was even worse. Injuries there were to be. Accidents aplenty. And indeed, by the start of the day, 20% of the field failed to start stage 4. Those who were going well were going very well indeed. Bruno Savi had a great day. Shinazuka, of course, on the cards. Roma was doing anything but this. He started off as leader, and he was to take it on the day, stay top. Shinazuka doing the same in the cars. It really was kings and peasants on this day. And so into stage 4, Bamako heading into Burkina Faso, and Bobo Dioulasso, liaison of 69 kilometers, a special under race conditions of 286, followed by 253.
I wasn't so patient, you know, I wanna be at the front, so big problem.
You know, in the beginning it was very narrow, but the dust is still unbelievable. I mean,